question from one of our sponsors, Ms. Kuji, and she asks,
what is an alien
moon?
An alien moon or an exomoon are moons which have the possibility of harboring life. Exomoons are becoming as viable as most alien planets and exoplanets. But because of exomoons orbiting large stellar planets, they have restraints of habitability, unlike most other planets would.
An example of these would be restraints depicted themselves as eclipses, which refuses sunlight to the moons for a large period of time, which means prolonged darkness, as well as heat emissions and reflected sunlight.
Another huge factor of restraints would be gravitationally induced tidal heating by the host planet, which would impact the sustainability of climate and geology.
Some well-known examples of exomoons stem from Saturn's two moons, one being Titan and the other being most recently discovered Enceladus.
Scientists are also making note of a habitable edge, which means in order for exomoons to harbor life, they must orbit outside of the host planet's runaway greenhouse effect. Hey look, we can see both of Saturn's moons from outside.
Let's go check it out.
Yeah!
So let's look at the telescope.
Let's go.
Look through here, you can see both moons.
But how are we supposed to see it if it's all cloudy?
The first moon we are looking at is Enceladus. It is believed that Saturn's gravity impacts tremendous tidal forces on Enceladus, turning a layer of its subsurface into liquid. The tiger stripes here at its south pole are fissures which erupt with warm ice. The surface has several different types of terrain. Part of the moon are cratered by other areas are smooth, indicating a young geographical active surface. There are also fissures, plains, and crustal deformation. Enceladus also has an extremely thin atmosphere, consisting of mainly of water vapor. The moon is far too small to hold its own atmosphere, so its guessed it is being constantly replenished by eruptions of ice from its surface. The second moon we'll be looking at is Titan. It is the only body in our solar system apart from Earth known to have large areas of liquid on its surface. Like water on Earth, methane exists on Titan as a liquid, solid, and gas. Rain falls on Titan in a form of a liquid methane. A lack of crater impacts on Titan indicates a surface which has been modified by flowing liquids. Standing lakes of liquid methane exist on the surface as well as dry river valleys. There is also evidence of cryovolcanism, where instead of spewing molten rock, volcanoes erupt with water and ammonia, nitrogen. Believed the atmosphere of early Earth was very similar in composition to what we see on Titan today. As a result, Titan is often compared to a frozen version of Earth. As methane is a substitute for water on Titan, some forms of methanogenic life forms could exist in harsh conditions. Another theory is that liquid ammonia oceans could be present deep under the surface, which could provide an environment for micro life to exist. In the year 2020, a mission will be launched by NASA and the ESA that consists of an orbiter, a hot air balloon, which will float in Titan's clouds, and a lake lander, which will study the bodies of liquid methane found on the surface.
And that's an alien moon.